Well, good afternoon from Mitchell Livestock. We just finished up with our bred sale, had a heck of a week here. The market's really good. Demand for these things is still staying phenomenal. I mean,
oh yeah, it's a great
impressive.
Great time to be in the cattle business. Lots of blue sky, it seems like, up ahead, and feed costs are down. And we kicked off the sale Wednesday with a really good weigh-up sale. We had, what, 1,200 and some head?
1,201 head is what we sold on Wednesday. Kind of go through what we did. I thought this week, it was kind of dollars higher than last week. You know, it was a good sale. We had 700 plus overnight.
Yeah.
But, I mean, just a good run. The prices stayed good all day long. Kind of go through what we did on the heiferette, and we went from 195 up to 225. A couple deals were a little bit younger. I think we got up to some 281s on them. We had a good run of them. Feeding cows, I had from 160 up to 185. Just regular cows going to the plant from 115 to 150. Thin, slow, and blemish cows from 60 up to 115. Fat cows from 168 up to 178. Fat heiferettes from 185 to 195. Bulls 175 from 201. Fat cattle kind of that 220 to 230, 150. Didn't have a huge run of them, but what we had was pretty good. So
Yep.
it's kind of how we got along on Wednesday. Like I said, good sale. You know, this weather's been pretty good. Guys brought them in, and just good day.
Yeah, good market, lots of participation.
Boy, we kicked Thursday off with a bang, didn't we? It was awful nice to have that many cattle, and took 2 weeks off, and it didn't seem like the market was way better than it was 2 weeks prior to that.
Yeah, we kind of come back. I think we sold 6,300 and some.
Yep.
Just a good market all the way through, and the quality.
Quality.
Hats off to you consigners, because you sure brought nice cattle. I can't say enough how nice them cattle were. Just some highlights I got wrote down. There was 3 loads of these big heifers. How about this? They weighed 1076, and they bring 278.75 on a set of heifers. They had the lighter sisters off them, 968, bring 301 and a quarter. Then there was a load of these. How about this? 798 at 336. Nice set of backgrounded heifers. On the steer side of things, we kind of come over here, some 960 steers. They bring 347 and a half, a real nice set of steers. Get into some of these big steers, 1022s, 335.60 for a big set of them steers. Then we had 5 loads of these steers, all Nebraska origination, vaccinated, everything all done. They got a 12 in front of them, 1,203 pounds, 288.85.
They were the goods.
They were the goods for a set of 1,200 pound steers. So just
Pretty unique, pretty cool deal.
yeah, and 5 loads of them. So it was just a heck of a day. As far as the calf trade, guys, I didn't write a lot of them down. We were kind of busy, but you know, a big steer calf. Here's a whole load of these steers, $8.99. That's $8.99. They bring $356.75 for a big load of them steer calves. Of course, vaccinated, everything all done. Set of 601 steers bring $455. Coming over here, here's some more 849 steers. They bring $361.50. On the heifer side of things, a lot of these middle 7-weight heifers, either side of $350 all the way up to $370. So just a good go. Get into some of these lighter calves. 5-weight steer, sure going to cost $435 plus up to $5. So real good go. A lot of these 6-weight heifers cost from $365 up to $4, either side of 4. You know, a lot of it depends on the flesh condition,
Phil,
you know, as far as that kind of goes. So there is a little bit of variance in what they bring, but boy, they sure dollar up nice.
They sure do. And during the day, it was kind of our Charlet special. We started in around noon or so, and then Charlet calves, and a lot of good programs, a lot of good Charlet cross cattle, and you could tell it in the market. Them guys were sure wanting them, and hats off to them consigners. They did a good job bringing them to town overnight. They sure showed really well.
Some of them are just as clean as a whip.
Oh
too.
man, and that's a hard thing to do with the weather being how it's been, you know.
It's like spring.
And I'm not complaining about the weather. Don't get me wrong. You know, it's sure been nice having a little break and no snow, and you know, the wind stopped blowing. It gets to be 40, 45. It's sure nice, but boy, keeping them cattle clean, that's a job. And they sure did it. Yeah, a lot of good clean cattle, open haired, and the shot programs and stuff.
It makes a difference.
Yeah, it sure showed. So we really appreciate all you consigners. doing what you do 365 days a year. It's no small task, and we're sure proud to market them here at Mitchell. And you know, it's quite a task being in the cattle business, and it's sure nice to get paid for your efforts.
That's right.
And we sure try to get as much as we can for them. So speaking of that, when you do bring your cattle, please get those shot information into the office so we can represent them accordingly.
Yep.
Well, we got along Thursday. We'll kind of talk about today. We had a bred cow sale today. Sold probably just shy of 400 head. Quite a few heifers on today. I'll just kind of go through it. We had a good set of heifers. They were bull bred. They were kind of broken down into calving periods. Then February grouped up heifers kind of brought 42.75. We had a set of March calvers that brought 41.75. Both of them were real nice Angus heifers. They weighed 1208, 1202 kind of things.
Real front end,
yeah. They were bred black, good low birth weight bulls. The Aprils off that deal hung right in there, 40.75 for the April breds. We had a set of AI bred heifers. They were bred for March 1. Top end of them brought 4,600. The rest of them kind of that 43.50. Yeah. So kind of how we got along on them. We'll go to the cows. We had a good set of dispersal cows. The front end of them, they're good, big, framey cows. We got 3,400 out of them. The rest of them kind of that 3,100 to 3,500, kind of depending on the size of cow when they were bred for. Broken mouth cows, man, I thought we did real good on them today. Same dispersal. They weighed 14.23 and they brought 32.75 for a broken mouth cow. Good framey broken mouth cow.
Right off,
cow.
Yep. Yeah, right off a dispersal, and sure, and we sold the calves off them. Everybody knew what they were.
Right.
Nice set of cows.
Kind of the rest of them broken mouth cows, that kind of that 25.50 on up to 2,900 on the rest of them broken mouth cows. But got along real good today. Speaking of bred sales, 2 weeks on the 24th of January. Keep your eyes open. Mark Potter's going to be Ash Grove Farms, going to be selling about 400 head, give or take, of them good heifers.
Yeah, they'll be the goods. They'll be weighed 1,200 and bred to them good bulls.
Thomas Ranch bulls.
And they'll be sorted down in the calving periods, of course, and we'll sell them because they go out as we always do. But if our guys need to put them together.
That deal's a pretty reputable deal, and they sell them every year, and they do a phenomenal job. It'll be a lot of fun to get a chance selling things again.
They got them sorted up, the blacks and the baldies. Just take a look. The website's going to have their poster on there. They're going to have videos of them. Any information, just get a hold of us. We can talk about them. I mean, just a good deal coming. 2 weeks.
Yep. There'll be some other heifers and bred cows as well that day. That's on the 24th. Another date to keep in mind is, of course, next week, the 15th, we'll be here with another big feeder cattle run, probably 5,000 plus again, I would say. Yep. And then the week after, on the 22nd, of course, Wednesday we'll be here, regular sale, but then on the 22nd, we'll be here for the good auctioneer contest, the Midwest Livestock Auctioneer Contest. So that's coming up too. And there's 32 guys in that contest if they all show up, and it's going to be one heck of a show. You're going to want to see it. If you can't make it, it'll be online, so just keep your eye open for that.
Yep, that'll work. This week was kind of the Charlet special. Next week on Thursday is kind of going to be our Red Angus special. Going to be quite a few deals of them really nice Red Angus cattle. Just keep in mind, take a look at the listing. Might be some replacement heifers on the deal, but just keep in, when you see the list next week, that's kind of what we got going.
Should be it for this week.
All right.
That's what we got.
Thank you, guys.
Another feeding cows there. 45, 46 here, a bit another 7, a bit another 8, a bit another 9, a bit another 15, a bit another 1, a bit another